What's going on, guys? Bank Robber Games here, more on Core 6. And last episode when we left off, we carried on making our way through chapter 3 and we messed around with some new builds. Some of them worked out a little bit better than others, so I recommend going back and watching it for that. But we also had a surprise change to one of the missions that we did with a surprisingly tough encounter with some very interesting story points, so that's definitely worth a watch. It was towards the end of the episode if you missed it. Yeah, really, things really heating up in terms of the story for this last playthrough, which is interesting because we're only about halfway through the game really, or just over halfway, so there's plenty of room for them to expand on it throughout the episode. But last episode I did mention the fact that there's a bit of dialogue that I haven't heard in the last mission that we did, and I just wanted to go back and actually listen to it, so yeah, I can sort of show it off in the playthrough just because it might give us a little bit more story information. So yeah, I'll just go do that now, and it's in the survey the uninhabited floating city mission. There's a bit of dialogue with Aya that, like I said, I haven't heard, so I'm just going to go back through it and then I'll meet you guys back here when it gets to the point of the dialogue that I haven't showed off.
I've set a marker for it. Let's check it out.
So coming up here is the dialogue that I haven't shown before. Just curious to see what Aya says.
You know, it's been a long time since we've been on a mission together without Walter. The control device isn't going anywhere. Take your time, Raven.
So it seems like there's not actually much for us to hear there. But that points out the fact that I'm pretty sure that enemy we just destroyed is the hidden combat log in this mission, and I think this guy has a data log on him as well, if I remember correctly. But yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna quit the mission because it's all stuff that we've seen before, and then we'll head on with the next mission, which will be attack the old spaceport, which is us basically taking down a lot of what's remaining of the PCA forces. Very fun mission, this one. Not going to use this new build that I've made for this mission. Want to test him out in the arena because apparently these laser drones are very powerful as well. So I want to see what they're like against an enemy AC, especially because seeing the next one that we should be fighting in the arena should be very tough. So it'll be a good challenge for them. And then also we got dual pistols on there as well. So yeah, should be good at close range. I think for this mission, we're actually going to take V4 Rusty's armor core in their first setup that he's using. Just because the second setup that you see him use didn't work too well for us. So I just want to look to see if the first setup he uses is any better for the way I play. Should be quite interesting.
If this mission succeeds, the
and considering we meet up with Rusty later on at the end of this mission, it'll be quite cool seeing two of us going around. But he's nice and fast, so it should work out well for a lot of this mission.
All the berth's warships.
Code 1-5, intruder detected. Sharing all base personnel. Commencing threat evaluation.
I'm on standby near Harloff, buddy. Patch me in. I'll gauge the situation on your end before I jump in.
You can see he's very fast there. Thankfully making short work of that guy.
Target for termination. Approaching warship.
Estimated threat range 3 to 4. Contain the target.
Hey, buddy. I've taken out the relay mast.
First pistol was quite an interesting weapon.
Comms for now. Keep moving. 4 targets left. buddy. I'm keeping them busy, but they're working fast. Don't expect the comms blackout to hold for long.
Hasn't got the most amount of armor points, but that's to be expected with quite a lightweight machine.
Code 5. Intruder detected. Threat level 4. Handle it.
External comms are out. What's going on?
Yeah, I with something there that did a lot of damage.
Light and ammunition at 50%.
Target is approaching warship.
Open fire! Keep the target away!
Looks like you got them all, 621. You there, buddy? Bad news. PCA's external comms are back online. They've got warships heading your way. Hold out until I reach you. There's the catch. Resupply while you can, 621.
The burst rifle is quite an interesting weapon. It's got a slow fire rate, but you do have that burst charge shot that you can do.
Enemy detected. They're firing from above.
Code 5. Target for termination approaching.
Handle it. The main squad will be here soon.
A little bit overkill there.
In front of the base.
Heavy warships incoming. Warship down.
Well, the fast he was moving, it was messing up our lock on a little bit there. And then unless anything's changed, we should have a pretty fun team up with Rusty here.
Code 1-5. Target for termination sighted. Time to pay the piper.
Looks like we've got high-ranking PCA officers. Sorry to keep you waiting. I've got your back, buddy. Hope you've got mine.
Code 4. Send me what you've got on the target.
Relaying system response. Corporate agency V4 Rubicon. Independent mercenary rated. Data on the mercenary is being checked for discrepancy.
Strange bedfellows. Just means the corp can't afford to chew.
Analyzing the enemy. PCA enforcement craft.
managed to take that guy down.
One PCA
And
craft
just
left.
got a team up with Rusty on this other guy.
Code 78E received. System processing.
Finish the ball, 61.
Sending report to system. Code 78. Threat level E.
Confirmed. PCA craft destroyed.
Relaying system verdict. Code 78E acknowledged. Threat to planetary closure identified. Use of IA-02 authorized.
I'm picking up something. I've sent you a marker. There's something there. It's underground.
What? What? What is that thing? Is that another PCA weapon?
This coral response. There's no pilot. It's an autonomous seal.
I can't get a read on it. This is bad. Just focus on staying alive, 621.
I was hoping that we could go up there and just sort of watch it. There's not much you can do at this point in the game. Now let's cutscene play out. It's pretty cool.
It's changing its behavioral pattern, answering to a greater imperative. To protect the convergence.
Looks like the PCA has helped itself to the Institute's relics. 621, rest up at base. I'll come up with a plan to deal with our new friend.
Pretty cool there. I always have liked that mission. And yeah, Rusty's build was quite cool. Not sure what to make of the burst weapons. I thought their limited fire rate wasn't the best. But other than that, they're quite hard hitting, so I guess it does balance it out. I definitely prefer that build to the Rusty's second build that he uses. But we have some more stuff to test out as well. Then obviously they discuss what they're going to do about the ice worm.
Raven, we've received your request. The message is highly encrypted with top-level In other words, Allmind doesn't want Walter to know about this. Let's take a look and decide what to do.
So it looks like we have a new mission available to us that hasn't been available to us previous playthroughs. It's definitely going to have to do that.
Tourist. Ice worm, huh? Well, I got something that might...
Sorry to impose on you, Raven, but I've just sent you an urgent request. I wish we could deal with this on our own, but we've got no choice but to count on you. Take a look and see what you think.
Seems like we've got quite a lot of new things to us. So, eliminate Honest Brute, we've done before. That's quite a cool mission in a very cool area, and that gives us plans for the stun needle launcher that we unlock soon after when we take on the ice worm. This is a new mission available to us, defend the dam complex, and it says there destroyed 2 top ranking independent mercenaries. So that seems like it's going to be quite a tough mission, and actually looks like one that was in one of the reveal trailers very briefly, where the character uses assault armor and then it transitions to the cutscene that we have with Rusty on top of the wall. Then we've got historic data recovery. So that's a mission we've seen before that we get from Aya, where we go through some AC wrecks and get some data logs. And then we've got Coral Export Denial, which is a new mission available to us. It says prevent export of coral by corporate forces, and then it says immediate mission failure if 5 or more transport helicopters leave the combat zone. So it's quite interesting to have a mission here with failure conditions, because there haven't actually been too many of those in the game that I can think of. So that's quite similar to a lot of the old Armored Core games where you could very easily fail the mission, and yeah, you just had to carry on with and accept your losses. So that's quite cool. But that'll be the decision mission that we're doing, because that's the one that we have to choose in order to head towards our next ending. But we'll make sure to do this other new mission as well. But first off, I want to go into the arena, because there is a new arena opponent waiting for us that we unlocked at the end of last episode. And if you can see by their emblem there and make out from what it says on their character card, it is Han the Water that we'll be facing, or at least a copy of him. So this should be quite an interesting fight. As I said at the start of the episode, I wanted to test out this build, because I haven't really done a pistol build in a while, and they've had their ammo pool increased, so they should be much more viable for missions. And I also wanted to test out these laser drones on our back, just because they're very similar to some laser drones that is in another mech game called Daemon X Machina, and I had a lot of fun with them in that game. They weren't necessarily the best thing, but yeah, they were fun to use. Pretty sure I already loaded it, but good to make sure. So yeah, let's take on Han the Water again, I guess. Very tough fight.
Raven,
First time we fought him.
This data was kept secret by All Might.
You can see he's got his coral weapons back there.
HAL 826. That's an IBIS series designation. Why don't we see how it performs?
I still think the lettering
Activating
HAL
combat mode.
is a reference to 2001 Space Odyssey and the computer in that. You can see he has got his annoying pulse shield though, and his assault armor. Not quite sure what did the finishing blow there, whether it was our drones or assault armor.
Target destroyed.
They went down much
If
more
this is a
quickly than
reproduction, then the real thing must be
how,
out there somewhere.
how it was when we took down Han the Water in the story. Obviously that wasn't exactly him from what they said, that it's a reproduction, but we know where the real guy is. But yeah, it was cool they had the sort of pulse armor that came on and off there. And looks like we actually got a coral rifle. So yeah, cool to get some coral based weaponry. Definitely going to check that out. Maybe throw it on a build somewhere.
That machine. They clearly used coral technology. But what connection does it have to the fires of IBIS?
So we get Han and Water's emblem there, which is pretty cool. I do like that design. Looks like we got a single hard-hitting shot. Much harder hitting charge shot. It has 2 levels of charge. Seems like that would be pretty powerful, and it charges much faster than the Kurosawa. You can see the full charge attack stats there are pretty much maxed out. Attack power, base attack power is very high, impact isn't the best. But other than that, all the other stats are very high. Direct hit adjustment's very high. Effective range is pretty good. Recoil is really low as well. Not the fastest firing weapon. And the full charge attack time, full charge time is 4.3 seconds, and it only uses 12 shots. And total rounds is 180. So it seems pretty comparable to the Kurosawa. The full charge is a little bit quicker, and the ammo consumption for the full charge is much better. So yeah, we'll definitely throw this on a build. If we go back to the frame that uses Hand and Walters parts and make a start on a proper whole weapon based build. Might set the Moonlight Blade on here as well. We don't quite have the energy for it. But yeah, we'll definitely mess around with this at some point, because it's cool to have a coil based weapon. And I saw it mentioned somewhere, I can't remember if it was a video online, that coil based weapons do coil damage, which is not accounted for in your frame parts, because there's physical, electrical, physical damage, energy damage, and explosive damage. So coil damage isn't actually accounted for in those defenses. So we should get a little bit bonus damage against enemy ACs with it as well. But yeah, I think I'm actually going to wrap this episode up here. It's a little bit of a shorter episode, this one, but we've got plenty of new stuff to look forward to next episode. And it's cool that we've finally managed to make a start on a proper coil based weapons build. So we've got that to look forward to in the future as well, when we get that completed. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Unfortunately, there wasn't that much new other than the new arena opponent for you guys here, but like I said, we've got plenty to look forward to next episode. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode and have enjoyed the series so far. If you have been enjoying it and look forward to what's coming up, please like and subscribe for more, and that way you won't miss anything. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next episode.